tradition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. And love and tradition of the grand design, some people say is even harder to find.
Welcome to the Halloween edition of our podcast.
Boo.
Boo. Boo. All right.
We're having way too much fun with these.
Yeah.
Ben still has his tag on.
I'm going to jump right in.
Let's do it.
I'm going to jump right in.
I've got some killer stats for you guys today.
Awesome. Killer stats. All right, are we taking it off? All right, I guess we're taking it off.
Hey, well, at least we have the intro.
All right.
All
Oh,
right,
God,
so-
what do we got, Magnus?
So last episode, you guys were proposing new names for your show.
Another episode of All Things Real Estate.
With 5 guys in one house.
We haven't changed the freaking name
No,
yet.
it's 5 guys, 1 house.
5 guys, 1 house.
5 guys.
So I got you guys can all
Nice.
5 guys employees.
Thank you.
There's some
Oh, hell yeah.
just in case you need
Jacob.
some
Would you like a single patty or double patty?
Yeah, right?
There you go.
Where's our
Wait,
ketchup and mustard?
So back to what I was saying. We are actually in a balanced market.
Yeah, I want to understand this. A balanced market because like it equals makes it balanced.
Yeah, because there are less buyers. You can say that. It's all right. There are less buyers in the market right now, and there are less homes for sale. Right? We're not getting 10 offers per property.
But okay, yeah, this is a good conversation because I'm trying to understand this.
Because I'll tell you what an imbalance would be. If we had 2,000 homes on the market right now,
Yes.
with the amount of buyers we have in the marketplace, homes would sit, prices would go
So
down.
the buyer's market.
Yeah.
It would be a buyer's.
Yeah, we are in a balanced
But let me
market.
ask you, is that a generalized statement or, I mean, let's take Los Gatos, for example. Would you still consider Los Gatos a balanced market right now? Like we don't have more buyers in inventory?
Absolutely. And that's why we're only
Interesting.
seeing 1 or 2 offers on a property. Right? When's the last time, unless it was ridiculously priced low, when's the
I
last
guess
time
that's-
the average home sold with 5 to 7 offers?
Great question. How many of our listings have had multiple offers on them recently?
Mine, all of them.
That's a damn lie, but we.
Are you
keep
eating our
chomping on?
props?
You
You're eating our props, dude.
Hey, no one invited me to lunch.
Hey, have a
But
peanut.
that being said, on Villa Maria, we had 3 total offers, but
Yeah.
no one is like that outlier offer, I would say.
Yeah, that goes way and above.
How far over list price did that go?
2,000.
Only $2,000. So, okay, to your point, fair enough.
Yeah, we're in a balanced market.
Okay.
I would say.
And the only thing that's going to
Okay.
change that is
Sure, so.
either, and we're not going to see increased buyer pool because rates are so high. And we're not going to see increased listings because sellers don't want to move and give up a low interest rate.
So then playing devil's advocate on this in light of Halloween, devil's advocate. If a seller came to you and said, should I sell my house right now? What would you say?
Hell yeah.
But be realistic about
Pricing.
It's going to be market value.
Yeah, I think we're kind of going back to that market where if you've got wow factor, new construction, there's going to be more than one buyer who wants that, right? Or it better be a great deal.
Yeah.
If it's anywhere in between, it's going to sit.
Yeah.
Right? So you better be more, it's who you work with, right? The 5 guys matter.
Your hat looks like you actually work at 5 guys.
Ours was all really nice and He's like, hi, welcome to 5 Guys. I'm Mark. How can I take your order?
He's the manager. He's the one sweating over every station.
Guys, we had to clean up the peanuts. Ben.
Oh, geez, there you had to ruin it.
It's
Had to
Okay,
ruin it.
don't even.
So,
But anyway, the point is the only
I see your
thing.
point.
The only thing that's going to change the market is, I think, interest rates, because we've had job loss. I just saw an article today. Over the last 2 years, Bay Area has shed about 29,000 jobs. Not that much when you think about the size of the
How
population.
many total jobs are there roughly?
I don't know.
Oh.
Don't ask questions I don't have.
I
the
mean, like
answers to.
29,000 doesn't sound like that much for how many people there are.
It doesn't, and my point is we've absorbed it, right? As a county. What I did find interesting was out of the 29,000 jobs that were let go over the last 2 years, 10,000 were in the last 90 days. So there is an increase in the amount of people getting laid off, but I don't think enough
not
people are going to get laid
significant.
off.
I don't think that's significant.
Because that would be another
Yeah.
thing that may increase inventory as people
Right.
get laid off. They can't get rehired, and then they sell property, go rent, relocate, that sort of thing.
Right.
But until interest rates come down, I think this is the market we're going to be in. And I don't think prices are going to plummet.
But I like this market.
Yeah, no.
It's normal-ish. I mean, Mark, I know you represent more sellers than buyers, but guys, as we represent a lot of buyers. How nice is it to call the listing agent and hear like, oh, maybe a couple offers are coming in and not 19?
I'll tell you what I have learned in Silicon Valley. It is always a normal market for us in Silicon Valley. No matter what's going on, it's normal because there is no normalcy to Silicon Valley when you compare it to the rest of the United States.
Absolutely.
So it's what we experience is normal.
But
for us,
but to Aaron's point, it is nice. You know, I got 2 people in contract last 30 days, and we were the only offer on both properties, and we got them both about $100,000 in our asking price.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, I'll tell you what I continue to love to see is with our team, the production that we see, right? I mean, how many of our competitors or other agents out there are just dying on the vine?
They're just dying on the vine.
Right, and constantly I see Jeet's offers being accepted, I see your listings, I see Ben's. I mean, the team's rocking around. I just love the peanut coming out of Becky's mouth.
Hey, but
it's funny in outlier areas. Like I have a client in Concord that's in contract right now, and although only 5 days on the market, we were able to get it for under $20,000 from list price, and also go in with contingencies. And the seller's like, "Oh, that's a great offer."
Well, I think it does go back to, even though we have the issue with interest rates, this is really the easiest time for buyers to grab something in how many years?
I agree.
So I think the biggest difference besides less offers is things are starting to make sense, because how many times do we look at comparables all together and we're like, that's sold for like how is the value, the market value coming in at $2 million when this one 3 doors down sold for $1 million, you know?
Yeah, and the other thing too is that I think prices are going to be flat at least for the next 3 quarters.
Well, and I think that it's a great thing for our viewers and listeners to really take notice of and be realistic about. If they list their home or go to buy something, be realistic about it. This is not 2021. You're not going to get 15 offers on your house.
This isn't 4 months ago.
No, right. You're not going to get 10, 20% over list price. You know, so be realistic where you price your home.
How confident are you in the economy right now? Just as a whole.
I mean,
like,
loaded
would you
question.
invest
am
now?
I anxious about the economy?
Are you waiting?
Listen, when the economy is like this, no, I'm not waiting. If I see an opportunity, I'm going to buy.
All right.
Look at crypto. Crypto's been like on fire recently, right? So I mean, anyways, my point is, I'm very bullish on our market, the economy. I mean, it's going to be up and down and everything, but for those of us that have been doing this for 30 freaking years, I'm not stressing out about it.
Well, yeah, and I think there's opportunities in every market.
100%.
In an up market, in a down market, you know, but I do think home prices will be flat because I don't think we'll see interest rates start to come down until probably third quarter of next year.
Yeah, I think everybody has a wait and see thing until 2025. Everyone's expecting 2025 is going to be the year where we'll see interest rates come down. How far they come down, who the hell knows? We got the election year coming on. And none of these things, to I think somebody's point that we were talking about before, don't buy right now. Why would you buy? Get into the damn market. If you see the house you love, and
I mean, even if you don't get into the market, don't hesitate to reach out to one of us to talk about the market.
100%.
Because even if you're planning on buying, whether it's the beginning of next year, middle of next year, or end of next year, you want to still set up that plan of action. You want to still get to know this market and understand the patterns of it, because I mean,
it's the same thing we always say. If you were to buy something today, and yes, you're paying 7% interest rate, whatever it is, 10 years from now, it ain't going to matter. 6 years from now, it's not going to matter. Yeah. You know, so just if you can afford the payments, house is going to provide for your lifestyle.
When rates drop, because you were asking about, you know, what are your thoughts on the economy? I mean, interest rates are still at an all-time high, which means the Fed at least feels that inflation's still a challenge.
But when you say all-time high, you mean within this decade?
22 years.
Yeah.
22 years. Yeah, highest they've been in 22 years.
2 decades.
The only reason I say that is because I always get corrected. I bought with 18%.
Yeah. I heard a guy tell me that the
got
other day.
300,000.
Yeah, right. Yeah, totally.
In the last 20 plus years, I mean, our interest rates right now are at all-time high.
So I think I can answer your question with this. I to David's point, I think we're status quo right now. I think we're kind of plateauing. I'm not concerned that we're going to see a nosedive, and we've talked about this before. The last 3 nosedives we've had, 2008. I mean, you know, all those scenarios we've had before. There's safety measures in place to prevent that from happening. If anything, we might see a shift, 5 to 10%, maybe. You know, if homes are sitting there longer, but we still have buyers that are buying these things.
Well, so the reason I ask is I was just poking around with like Robinhood. I locked myself out of all my accounts because I was getting so upset.
That's actually a safe way to do it.
And I was poking around Robinhood, and we're basically completely bounced back from a stock perspective, generally speaking.
Correct.
With from where the high was, what, in 2021, 2020? Which is good to see. I mean, a lot of stock is up 60 to 80%.
Yeah. So I'm going to go back to crypto. Have you guys seen what crypto's been doing?
I looked at it yesterday. It's like Bitcoin's at like 30 and change.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Like I mean, it's over 34,000 now.
You're talking to the guy who bought it.
It's 37,000. And you got rid of all your crypto.
Yep, sold it and bought a house actually.
Oh, smart move.
And then sold the house.
And then sold the house.
And then what'd you buy?
A car,
Shoes.
a Porsche,
His car.
Gucci shoes, his belt.
Tax accountants.
All right.
Speaking of, well, I got another interesting thing. Since we're all golfers, or at least try to golf.
Thank you. I was going to correct that.
Does anybody here know where Pleasant Hills Golf Course is?
Pleasant
Hill?
It's in San Jose.
Oh,
Pleasant Hill.
I
Pleasant
heard
Hills
that the
Golf
other day,
Course.
but I've never been there. Do
Wait.
not know.
It's about 22 miles away, isn't it?
No,
Pleasant
it's-
Hill, California, the city?
No, it is in San Jose. It's Pleasant Hills Golf Course.
No, I have no.
All right, all right. Well, I'll just jump to it then. It's actually over on the east side,
Got it.
over off Astoria White.
Outside of my bubble.
It closed. It closed in 2004, so it's been closed for about
Oh, wow.
19,
Okay.
20 years.
I was in middle school.
Yeah, and it's
up,
been
Ron.
it's been sitting vacant the entire time, and it's actually unincorporated, so it's part of the county.
Okay.
County just submitted their housing proposal for the next decade, and they're looking to build basically an entirely new neighborhood, somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000 units. It's 117
3,000?
So on the low end, it's 2,990 units. On the high end, it's about 4,900 units, depending on how, if it's condo, apartment, townhome, it'll be mixed. 117 acres.
It's interesting. There's a lot of those going on. So
That was also a trick question. Pleasant Hill is a city.
I
So
know.
you confused me.
I know.
Sorry.
So you also get a place like Sunol, right? Sunol's, I don't know what they're doing over there, but Los Gatos Lodge just sold again. Summer Hill picked them up.
Oh, wow.
Summer Hill picked them up, so it's going to be a big project of housing.
That's a good area.
Los
It's going to be,
Gatos.
a little bit of a nightmare for traffic, but
Well,
Yeah.
I think they did a really good job of not letting it get backed up.
It doesn't
right
seem
here.
too impacted in the North 40.
Yeah.
they added the lane and did some other improvements and stuff too.
Yeah.
Do you like that Summer Hill pickup?
Yeah.
Good. I
do.
think it's a good
I
addition.
do. I mean, it's an eyesore. It's
better than
it's
filling
been
in Vasona
challenging.
Lake.
The last time that lodge was remodeled was 1972.
I know my parents loved to stay there, and they said the last time
Really?
they stayed there, they were like, "Ooh."
Yeah, no, you don't.
They had like a little homeless.
If you ever go
action
on a
going
ride along with LGPD, that's where they'll be cruising around.
That's where we had all of our high school parties.
It doesn't surprise me.
You think the new construction at Bella Terra is a good long-term investment?
Jesus Christ! You ask every one of us the same question. Yes,
Say that.
he thinks it. I think it. He thinks it, and he thinks
I
it.
haven't asked it to other than you and Ben.
Is there any? hey, Jeet, is there any bad long-term real estate investment?
No. I mean, as long as you hold it for more than 7 years in our market, you've come up on the upside. But when you go for a town... Okay, moving on.
Why are you asking the question, Jeet? And I'm gonna make you put your mask back on. I'm tired of looking at you. No, I'm kidding. Why are you asking?
Well, I have a client that's debating whether a single-family home in Fremont or a townhome in Los Gatos. Like
Single
a
family home.
New construction.
I would always go single family over a condo or townhome.
Yeah, because it appreciates more.
Well, okay, so you're gonna take a single-family home on the east side versus a townhome in
he
Los
said
Gatos?
Fremont.
Yeah, Fremont.
East
That's
East Alameda County. Fremont's great, by the way. I love Fremont.
I would. For one, you have the HOA concept with it, and personally, and everybody has their own opinion.
Yeah.
Personally, I would go with the single family home.
If all you care about is appreciation, sure, single-family homes tend to outpace.
From an investment standpoint.
But
Yeah.
but
This is
lifestyle.
purely investment.
Is it just an investment?
Pure investment.
So they're never gonna live there.
Never. This is their third home.
Okay, but then are you looking at appreciation of the asset, or are you looking at rents?
So I asked them, they are looking at appreciation. So with 8% rates, they're willing to make up the cash flow.
Are they the same price? Same price point?
Similar price point.
100% I'd go with the single family. Because again, if they're the same price, you got HOA on the condo, it's already going to make that a higher value property, but not great for appreciation.
Right.
So in my
Okay, and I don't disagree in general terms, but you still think a single-family home in Fremont is going to out appreciate a townhome in Los Gatos?
I do.
How am I going to diss Los Gatos?
No, not diss. It's just numbers. It's just numbers.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I would. I would.
Okay.
I think that depends
I
on
would definitely go for a
location.
single
I
family
think
home.
that
Yeah, I guess
single-family
that's
homes.
I think there's
definitely
more
outdoes
upside
that
in
location.
Fremont.
Well, yeah, but look at where that location is. Like,
Are we over by Mission, or where's this
No,
house?
that's-
No, I mean the average single-family home in Fremont is 1,415.
Yeah.
In Mission, it's
Because I mean,
over
let's face
two.
it, Fremont has the same trajectory. I mean, there's a hell of a lot of people who love Fremont just as much as Los Gatos. So, yes,
All right.
I mean, the
would go
average
with that.
school in Fremont is 6 or a 7.
What do you think, Cheat?
And I also think there's some challenges with our wonderful Bellaterra project. but-
Absolutely. I think buying an investment property in an HOA is not a good idea long term. So single family home, as Mark said, I agree.
I would always go with the single family.
Well, and also if you're going to be renting it out,
Yeah.
it's good to not have to deal with HOA and the occupancy percentage
Exactly.
or owner occupancy.
So I got kind of a horror story on HOAs.
No pun
We
intended
happen
to
to-
our Halloween.
I know. Oh.
That's enough comments. That's enough comments from the peanut gallery.
We happen to own a,
Hey, this is good. This is good.
we happen to have a condo over at the beach.
Which
and
beach?
it's a Manresa Beach.
Nice.
And it happens to be an 8-unit development. So it's self-managed basically. And actually, we have an HOA. The manager said, I love the peanut there. Anyways, they don't really create, when you have these smaller condos, they don't really create reserves and everything else. Well, this thing's on the beach. I mean, you got retaining walls, you got a bunch of settlement issues and stuff. We're coming up to like maybe 400, 600 grand worth of repairs, retaining walls after that. And, there's no reserve. So that now gets spread. So here's the issue. We have a couple residents there who are on fixed incomes that live there, and now they're going to get hit with assessment of $75,000, $80,000 at one time. So that's a challenge when you're doing HOAs. I've dealt with some HOAs where they're even larger ones. There's one over on 17th in Santa Cruz where the same thing happened. It's a larger development, and the HOA made the decision, the board made the decision that they're not going to do payments on it, on an assessment where they had termite damage and everything. So they went to people saying, well, based off of your unit size, you're going to pay anywhere from $30,000 to $80,000. It forced so many people to have to sell.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why the
What if you don't
SFR
pay?
compared to condo. Well, if you don't pay, the HOA will take ownership of your condo. They'll foreclose on your condo.
Yeah, because they'll put it on as a lien,
Absolutely.
right?
They'll put a
And then
lien on
they'll-
your property, and then they'll sell it.
Oh wow, you should get the Fremont house.
Fremont.
100%.
What else we got, David? So
I have something here.
how many homes? I mean, I know we didn't. Homes, the inventory hasn't changed, right? We're still at like 600.
Yeah,
Same old
we're
story.
we're almost to 700, and it'll decline between now and the end of the year.
Okay. Benny, you got some stuff?
Yeah, I got something real quick. Just a reminder to buyers out there. I was having dinner the other night with a really good friend of mine. He looked at me and
You
said,
have good friends?
Yeah, only a couple.
Oh, okay.
In low places. Having dinner with a friend the other night, and he said, "Hey, I'm interested in seeing this property right here. Do you want to come with me and see it?" Yeah, I said, "Absolutely. Let me know the day and time you're thinking about doing it." He goes, "All right, I'll let you know." I clicked the tour on Zillow, so they're supposed to get back to me. Just a reminder.
You should have let him keep the appointment and go with them and be like, "Oh, it's so nice of you to open this up for us." I'm Ben with VKG already.
Just a reminder, if you're a buyer and you're on Zillow and you click the tour guide, it takes you to a person who is paid for the ad on Zillow.
Yeah.
If you want to see a home on Zillow, we as real estate agents all have keys on our phones. The property is vacant or whether it's owner occupied, we can make that appointment for you and get you into that property.
And just because it says all of those times, that doesn't mean it's actually available to see at that
That's correct.
time.
Yeah, because
Can I go in 30 minutes?
Yeah.
I'm ready now. It's 8
I
o'clock
mean,
at night.
Yeah.
theoretically.
All right. Are you done? I've got a couple lists. I'm
Oh,
bringing up my
that
list.
was-
You asked them, and then you
Yeah,
just
I
belittled
thought he
them.
just made his point.
Please.
Eat a peanut.
Mark, who pissed in your
Bang! That's another 30 minutes of Jacob
Man,
editing.
Now he's got to edit this out again. One, I think I already threw this out ahead, so you guys already know the answer to this.
Florida.
But it's the first time that with all the exodus that Californians have done, we've seen that's slowing down quite a bit now with Californians moving out. Before Texas was the number one state. It's no longer the number one state. So what are the two states now that people are moving to?
Go
You guys already
ahead.
know. I don't know. Were you
Wait, I don't know the other state. I said Idaho off the top.
No,
Like,
no, that was.
Oh,
like
no,
5
I
years
said
ago.
Arizona.
Nevada.
It's Arizona and Florida.
Yes.
Florida.
Are they in the top 10 though for best weather?
Tallahassee.
I don't know. I don't have that list, but I do have another list.
Tallahassee.
So, most expensive places to live in the U.S.
Oh,
Florida.
I already know this one. My cousin lives there. But I'll let you guys go. What's your guess?
You want me to go down the list starting from
No,
number 10?
No. What's,
New York.
what's the most expensive?
Number one place in America.
Rent,
Go down the
rent
list.
and income is a factor. So you have to
I
think
would
about
say
that.
like Atherton, Blackhawk.
I
Well,
want to
the-
say either San Francisco.
No.
Oh,
Or
I will give you a hint. It is in. Oh my God!
I got excited.
It is in California. Actually, the number 2 are in California.
I know. Can I guess?
No, well, not if you know.
I'll go with Palo Alto.
I'm gonna stick with San Francisco.
It's kind of surprising.
San.
I said Athens.
It's a San.
San Diego.
Oh, that's right.
What's the second one? Which I don't think you'll guess.
San Jose.
I would have never thought about this.
Ow.
Scary, huh?
San Jose.
The number 2. What
So,
state is it in? What state
California. It's in California. I said the top 2 are in California.
Is it? So San Diego's number 1.
Yes.
Number 2, I believe, would be Millbrae.
Los Angeles.
I was gonna say
Los
LA.
Angeles.
It's because there's
No,
a lot of
you said
low-paying
San
jobs.
Francisco.
Number 3.
No, but second, number 2.
Number 3
Do they vacuum in here?
has a lot of water.
San Francisco.
Minnesota.
Honolulu, Hawaii.
Oh, we're out of California now. See,
This is in the world. In the world.
In
This
the
is in the
world.
U.S.
But it's based
Number-
on
number
rent
four-
and like.
number
why do you
4.
have 2 of them on a page? Why don't you put all 10 on the same page?
Because I
He's
printed it from
old.
a stupid website. Okay. Number 4. I'm going to blast through this. Miami, Florida. Number 5, Santa Barbara, California. Number 6 is San Francisco. Number 7, Salinas.
I mean, there's a lot of like low income.
Salinas.
So
Well, yeah,
if you're
It promotes itself as a salad bowl of the world.
there's
Santa Rosa's number 8. San Juan, Puerto Rico, because it is still considered part
Shout
of
out
the U.S.
Josh.
is 9. And number 10, again, this blows my mind. Number 10, it's like, who does this? Vallejo and Fairfield, California.
E40.
And this is the U.S. News
Thank
report.
you.
Vallejo in California is number
Is
10.
that sponsored by CNN or Fox?
So, there you go. I'm done.
All right, see ya. Oh,
I know that was very well received.
Well, what does that do for us?
Well, I mean, what's it do for us?
It's just
for our viewers.
It's just a did you know?
It's a did you know?
Thank
Be
you.
in the know.
So if you,
Hey, the other thing I do want to throw out there are, we talked about this last time, wire fraud. Why? Now, that is a scary boo moment.
It can't happen more than once, though, can it?
To the same agent.
Unfortunately, it can. So we've been talking about, how do you protect yourself the best you can? I've gone to the extreme of saying no more wires, doing cashier checks. There's a delay in that, and it's inconvenience. David came up with a great idea. Go ahead, David.
Well, yeah. So all buyers wire their earnest money deposit into escrow, right? It's kind of first thing you do, day one. You just need to educate the clients out there that it is the same account number, same routing number that you put that earnest money deposit in as you're going to put your down payment in. If there's ever any type of variance, it's fraud. Title's not going to change an account number or routing number.
It's going directly to title, and title's going to send you the receipt, so you know.
So
it's
valid.
Just to clarify, and again, for buyers, just to clarify, title gets the money. You do not wire any money to banks.
No, hold on a second. That's not correct. A title company is not a bank.
Yeah,
no, that's what I'm saying. You do not wire
I would
to
say
banks.
something different.
It's going to wire.
I get what he means. What he means is you're not writing, like, how you have to make it payable to. You're going to make it to a title company, not to an LLC.
Correct, but it's going to a bank.
I understand. But
It's Chicago Title, U.S. Bank.
Yeah,
However-
but like if a bank, like his last example,
entity.
Yeah, but if a bank says
You don't send it to
need
Vegetable LLC.
I
Well,
know.
that's what we did.
Yes.
That's
what I'm trying to.
Watch yourself.
No, I know. It's super like, clients become friends and friends become family. And, when someone calls you and says, this looks great, but I don't see my second wire, and you go, what the hell? What do you mean you don't
and
see
the
your
other thing
second
you've got
wire?
to be really aware of is I was going through some rosters today of agents, and I see a lot of agents who have their email is at gmail.com. And it's like one little change in that. So you got to do markvoncanel at gmail.com. If you're using an at gmail.com email, somebody could just put a dot in there someplace,
Well,
and to your client, it's going to look just like your
That's
email.
what happened.
Yeah.
Is
And-
my email said Aaron Derbacher at post.com. You were on it. It said Mark at vkgexecs.com.
But if they would have checked at, I'm just saying that
course.
it's
The
even more,
domain
it's
name.
more challenging if it's at Gmail. If an agent's using at Gmail, change it now.
Oh,
And
Right?
if your agent uses an AOL email,
Oh, dude.
change your agent.
So let's just talk about
MSN.
this since you guys brought it up and my clients are going to see this. So basically what happened was they got a call. They physically got a phone call and it said, hi, this is Peter Park. I'm helping out Maria with,
With
First
that
Republic,
transaction.
whatever. They're a bank. It
and
was
we're
their
doing
bank.
we're getting ready to get ready to close on your house. Super exciting! Congratulations. We're super busy, so why don't you go to the bank and wire the money, and I'll help you, and I'm happy to talk you through it in case you have any questions. Okay, ring, ring, ring. Hello, hi, I'm at the bank, and we're getting ready to wire the money. Just wanted to confirm the routing number and all the account numbers. Everything looks good. Yes, looks good. Hi, we received the wire. Perfect. Thank you. It's instant, right? Like there's no waiting.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple, seconds or minutes at the most. And once you wire that money, guys, it's pretty much gone.
Yep.
Unless you make a mistake or it's after 2 p.m. or something like that, it's really hard to get back.
Yeah.
And I've been talking to the FBI, we're talking to the police. Like it's no joke. And I'm one agent that this has happened to. Imagine how many people this happens 100%. To every single day.
100%.
And this is like clients' life savings.
It's tough.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
I felt sick.
So again, the two methods are one. I mean, you're going to look at your email, all that stuff, but one, use a cashier's check. Or ensure that it is matches where you sent your earnest money deposit.
Cashier's check and call your agent, and I'll get the escrow.
Well, that's the other thing too. Get another pair of eyes on it, right? I mean,
we do it every day, so it seems normal.
Well, the problem is our society is so focused on convenience factors, right? We got to pause.
Here's what I think the biggest issue is to David's point. They've already wired that 3% earnest money deposit, so they're confident.
Yeah.
So it seems normal.
Yeah.
Right. And they're excited. Someone's calling and saying, "Hey, you're going to close on time. You're buying your new home." And it's so easy, but of course you play the blame game a little bit. I take full blame. I totally wish that I was there. But I also wish that the banker would have said, "Hey, what is this wire for?" And then they're like, "Hey, you're wiring to an LLC, not to a..."
Aaron, I think, and this is where the industry has to check itself. I mean, again, we said this before. If somebody gets a hold of your credit card or your numbers and there's some fraud on it, I think legally you're only responsible to $50. Most of the banks will cover all of it anyways, right?
Like AMX,
but for some reason, when you're sitting, I mean, there should be something within these banks that if there's a wire that comes in over $50,000 or anything or $100,000, that it's like, okay, no, somebody better check this stuff, right? It's like, did you really meant to send it to vegetableLLC.com? I mean, where's this money going?
Well, the whole point of you not being able to wire significant money from your own laptop or desktop at home is so that the bank can help you go through this process,
right? Yeah.
And so they failed, in my opinion.
Well, but no, because to their point, the bank says, did you confirm this information? And the consumer's like, yeah, I did. So how does the bank know?
Well,
because you're confirming incorrect information that you're not knowing that it's incorrect.
Always going to go to a title company.
Yeah, that was what I was saying earlier. It's not going to go anywhere.
The title of the account will be a title company.
Yes.
Yeah,
and of course it goes to a
U.S. bank.
Well, but none of them are payable to U.S. Bank. They're payable to the entity that has the account with the bank.
Correct, but
so
in this case, yes.
Well, and a wire is not payable to anybody. It just gets wired to the account. You don't you don't have to have a name on a wire.
G, you have anything to say?
No, all good.
We're good. All right.
Wait, G, are you sure you don't have a question that you asked me last night that you asked Mark this morning that you're going to ask Ben in an hour?
What did you ask him?
What's our favorite Halloween candy?
Oh, I will go with
Reese's.
Snickers.
Yes, I like Reese's, but the egg or pumpkin.
Just because there's a lot more in there. Yeah.
That's good. I like the peanut butter ratio.
Now, what I don't like those little mushroom freaking chicks.
The Peeps.
Oh, yeah.
Peeps?
Those are. I thought those are banned. Skittles are banned.
Yes, I actually have.
Well, the red Peeps are.
I got you.
Or the Cadbury liquid-filled crap.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, boo.
Boo.
Oh, wait.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.